Jesus called the 12 and said, "If anyone wants to be first, he must be the very last." For a Church of England minister like me, who has spent many years training and serving in the Church of England, I've worked quite hard to instruct churches about the importance of upholding good teaching. Over the last couple of years, I have been concerned about statements that have come out from the House of Bishops and decisions that have been made.
The Church of England that I see has basically bought into society.
The Son of Man is going to be betrayed into the hands of men.
I very much felt that with the way the Church of England was going, that I couldn't stay in it.
It is like a bereavement. There are people who were really despairing as they look to the future, thinking, what will the church be like for my children and grandchildren? My name is Peter, and for the last 6 or so years I have been minister of a Church of England church. The thing I love about being a church minister is opening the Bible with people, helping them find out about Jesus for themselves, just seeing God at work bringing people into His kingdom. Being a church minister is a very varied job. It involves time in your study, praying and preparing Bible teaching for people. It's really important that people hear about the real Jesus, not a pretend Jesus who says, my words can be adapted and changed if your culture doesn't really like some of them. There's been a range of issues over the last 5 or 6 years where the wider Church of England has reflected back to the culture, the views of the culture. The issues include having the Quran read in cathedrals, giving the impression that one's views on whether marriage is between one man and one woman for life or not, giving the impression that one's view on that doesn't matter. But the turning point for me really was the House of Bishops' guidance on baptism celebrations released in December 2018.
I very much felt that with the way the Church of England was going, that I couldn't stay in it. I mean, one of the calls for a Christian is that your whole moral basis, your ethical thinking, and your spiritual life is outside of the norm in society. And the Church of England that I see has basically bought into society.
You live around here?
Yeah, I live up the road there.
Yeah, great. For a long time?
Couple of years now.
Yeah, and you happy?
Yeah.
Good, good. I have chosen to step away from ministry in the Church of England and to build up a church outside the Church of England. But obviously people ask me why not just remain in the Church of England and continue to stand up for the gospel. For me, I felt that over the last few years I had contended and fought very hard and very effectively, in a sense, from our local church. And given that the problems to me seem to be insoluble, it seems to me that faithfulness requires one step out and try to build up a church which is free from these problems. This is the estate that Emmanuel Anglican Church was planted on, and we've really enjoyed meeting here over the last year and a half, and we're looking forward to doing more events with the local community. It's very exciting just running church on this estate. There are practical challenges in leaving the Church of England building, but actually we find that as we've done that, God has simply opened more and more doors of opportunity for us to share the good news of Jesus. The problems in the Church of England are not merely that one or two people in a rogue way are saying things that are not biblical. The problem is that at an institutional level, the senior leadership has very effectively driven an agenda through the institution And that has begun to create a lot of confusion, a lot of pain, and ultimately division. The Bible is very clear that division in the church is not caused by those who stand up to and will not embrace false teaching. Division in the church is caused by those who teach it.